Welcome to the imaginative, creative Clark the Shark Show, where I'm going to talk about an album tonight, you guys, here on, I think it's Thursday night, December 21, maybe, I don't know, 2023. Nazz, and the immortal great Todd Rundgren and company. And this album is very different, you guys, from that first Nazz album that I reviewed quite a long time ago. Now, I remember long ago telling people, you got to check out this band, the Nazz. Because it isn't just that their songs are great and that they're incredible musicians, the arrangements, the atmospheres, just so much about this band. They are, well, I should say they were amazing, but I always say here on the Clark the Shark Show, they are, even if they died or, they're deceased or gone or the band is over. For me, Clark the Shark, great music lives on forever and ever. So to me, a band never really breaks up. And the Nazz, this textured, very creative, hyper imaginative, more than a rock band, you guys. This is a polished musical experience. And their music, it doesn't remind me of the band Spirit, but those two bands dwell in this very sophisticated area that like almost has no genre, where they're trying to make great sounds. These bands like this, you could make a case that the Who, Tommy, and other Who albums is kind of like this too. Maybe Arthur Lee in Love and, David Bowie. I don't know. There's a lot of creative, far-reaching and thinking rock musical experiences, but you would be hard-pressed to find something better or even equal to the Nazz and Todd Rundgren. Now, for such hard-rocking, just fucking killer music that the Nazz made, Rundgren, in his own solo career, you guys out there all know that he is known for kind of these mellow 70s hits. Even though he does have some rock and roll, no doubt. And, later he went on and produced great music, like the Tubes, Remote Control, and others. Kind of a bit like a Swiss Army knife guy, like Al Cooper or something. I'm not kidding. I like music that constantly changes. It'll do blues, it'll do rock, it'll do country, it'll do psychedelic, it'll do progressive, kind of like me, Clark the Shark. People in Los Angeles say I invented everything, and they used to all say nobody knows it, but now it's like everybody knows it. But I didn't, you guys. I copy and steal from the best. Like the Who and stuff like that. No matter what I do, whether it's talk radio, something like Clark the Shark was done before. Now, that being said, I am kind of creative and inventive, kind of an originator, I'll admit it. But I don't think I have a chance against real genius like Todd Rundgren and the Nazz. And this second studio album from 1969, Nazz, meaning, of course, there was Nazz 1 and now there's two Nazz. This is Nazz 2. But what an album this is. If you're going to call Procol Harum prog, like everyone does, and they are kind of, then you got to call Todd Rundgren and the Nazz prog. But you could, say blues, psychedelia, textured deep rock and roll, 8 tracks, deep track, side 2, B-side, bonus tracks, but awesome, solid, amazing, chunky. I like to use the word chunky because, like the Who song Pure and Easy, you don't really, when you think of the Who, you don't think of Pure and Easy. But that song, maybe especially the version off Odds and Sods, is very involved in itself or something. And so I go, man, that's a chunky meat and potatoes song by The Who. But I can say every song by the fabulous Nazz, particularly on this second album, Nazz, right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the Golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's never a microphone, you guys. Because when I'm talking about the second album by the Nazz, it breaks my heart that this band didn't go on and last for 20 albums. I would have loved to have seen and heard that, you guys. Rather than Rundgren going solo, good though that may be, I wonder about more Nazz. Like, what would the Nazz have been like in 1976 with an album and a tour? That would have been fucking amazing, you guys. And I know this is going to get 5 stars. Nazz, you guys. The second album, All Music 4. Well, that's pretty good. But I, here at Shark Music, I could only give Todd Rundgren and the Nazz a 5, you guys. I just by default, all songs by Rundgren. And, side 1 of this is incredible, you guys. Short songs, except for track 6, Under the Ice, which is 5:40. These are all maybe like trying to get on the radio, but a new classic rock FM, like album-oriented rock radio. In 1969, you guys, things were changing into bands. Bands used to write songs like the Beatles. They were 2 minutes or 1:50. Now you see songs that are 3:52, like Rain Rider. But right from the start, you guys, Forget All About It is awesome. And it only goes up from there, you guys. They call this bluesy rock and roll. I call this involved, deep rock and roll. You know me, you guys. I love Spirit. I love that band. And, I love the Yardbirds when they were breaking up. And it was Jimmy Page and Keith Relf and McCarty and Chris Dreja. And it was all slipping away. Before it became the new Yardbirds and Led Zeppelin. Me, Clark the Shark, I like Think About It and Little Games and everything happening in there. And it's almost like the Nazz heard the Yardbirds' Little Games or Think About It, and they're like, that's a cool fucking sound. That's killer. Let's take that and make it chunkier and heavier and more deeper. Side B, rock and roll, but still so solid and awesome and good. Not Wrong Long. That's like me, Clark the Shark, you guys. That's a killer song. Only 2:30. Gonna Cry Today, 315. All these songs are so good, you guys. They are so involved with themselves. Meridian Leeward. Side one of this you have to hear. And if you're only 20, right now in 2023, the year, and you were born in 2003, 2 years after 9/11, you of all people need to go buy this album at Amazon at the link below here, you guys. Don't go any further than the link, than Clark the Shark's videos, and buy some music. I hate Amazon, you guys. I don't like that company. I don't like Bezos or whatever his name is. But when you're buying the Nazz, go ahead, dude. You can buy my music too, GE. All you want, I don't care. But make sure you buy the Nazz at the link below. If you don't want to use my link, go to Spotify, iTunes, or wherever and buy Todd Rundgren. And check out the Tubes remote control, produced by Rundgren, you guys. Amazing, awesome, chunky, deep, involved rock music that matters. I love it, you guys. And now, if you thought side one of Nazz was awesome, you're going to love side two. Hang on, Paul. Kitty Boy. Feather bedding lover. That's what I need. Me, Clark the Shark. I already got it, you guys. I'm married. I can get it anytime I want now. You know how you get older, though? Like, I'm not saying I need like a little blue pill or a little red pill or I don't know, you guys. Letters don't count. I've written many letters in my day, you guys. And me, Clark the Shark, from GE, The Greenhouse Effect, authors of the rock opera, well, you know me, I've written a beautiful song. This one is 11 minutes long, you guys, Todd Rundgren. And it's fucking awesome. Side two of this album is incredible, you guys. This album's going to blow you away and blow your mind. I would love to play these songs, but you know that YouTube, I'm not going to get all political and say because they're liberal or Democrat, they'll kick me off, because I know Republicans and conservatives will ban and delete you and your art and or kick you off or call you names, just like liberals will, you guys. We're all the same. We all want the white picket fence, and you could tell Todd Rundgren and all these guys here in this incredible band. It looks like, you look at the cover of this and you're thinking like glam, like Mott the Hoople, or I don't know, something like David Bowie, or maybe Badfinger, or like Big Star. I mean, that almost looks like Alex Chilton in front. But this band, in many ways, you guys, the Nazz, they mean more to Clark the Shark than other bands do. I got my music, The Greenhouse Effect, from listening to bands like Spirit and The Who, and, David Bowie, but mainly from bands like the Nazz, because of the deep post-psychedelia on this album. The album before this, I would say psychedelia, but rock and roll, heavy, deep, involved, meaningful, important, melodic, atmospheric, not very garage, very polished rock. And this album carries on in that tradition, you guys, but gets even better and goes even higher to another level here. And God, I love this fucking band. They're incredible. The Nazz. I want you to buy this album. I want you to get into this band and all things Todd Rundgren. You have to. If you really want to learn about me, Clark the Shark, right here from the fabulous, amazing golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys, because to me, the Nazz, when I'm talking about them, I'm talking important rock 60s music that then went into the 70s. And kind of all these bands in the 70s wanted to be like the Nazz. I'm not kidding, you guys. Even more than they wanted to be like the Who or the Beatles, because there's just something chunky and a deep mechanical rock and roll machinery happening here. Everything is important. The amazing guitar, the killer bass lines, the drumming that's fucking awesome, and the singing and harmonies that nail it on all cylinders, baby. The Nazz, the second album, Nazz, you have to buy this. I, Clark the Shark, I am commanding you right now, young person born in 2004, get into the Nazz, learn about the late 60s, learn about all things 1960s and, early 70s. Yeah, man, definitely. It's cool to learn about the Who. It's cool to learn about Hendrix and the Stones and, and all that, the Beatles' White Album. But when you want to go deeper into 8 tracks, I'm talking deep tracks, you guys, on side 2 that are solid and beyond meaningful. It's time to delve into and dwell where the Nazz, baby, Nazz, the second album dwells. You must go there. And you tell them that you learned it and you heard it from Clark the Shark, right here on America's #1 rock and roll talk show. It's the most important rock and roll show because I am the most important person in rock and roll. Forget all you ever knew or know about rock and roll, you guys. And, don't be like liberals up in Hollywood who reject music and throw it in a trash can. They don't know what the fuck they're doing when they are looking for the next Green Day or Britney Spears or, some fucking crap. Dude, fuck that. If it appeals to teenagers, don't fucking rock it. If it appeals to Clark the Shark, then you do fucking rock it, baby. Right here on the Clark the Shark show from the fabulous golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, it's the Wolfman Jack on crack, Clark the Shark. And I'm not being funny or fast or hip hop or rap. I'm a white boy just fucking talking into a mic. Quit thinking that I'm brilliant. I'm not. And I'm not a genius. All I am is you. But you are afraid to be the real you. But you're going to learn how to be the best you and the real you right here on the Clark the Shark show, because I will free you from you and all the shackles and constraints that the Foo Fighters and douche Grohl give you. Quit going to that guy's fucking concerts. Quit buying his music. Quit listening to today's music. Fuck that. You're going to listen to the Nazz and Todd Rundgren, and you're going to go back to the past, and you are going to learn. Because you must learn, my brothers and sisters. You must learn. And are you going to testify and really kick out the jams, motherfucker? You will, because you're going to listen to the Nazz, the second album, Nazz, and the first album. And you're going to learn about real rock and roll right here from Clark the Shark. And tell a friend, man, and, don't listen to me and go tell people, oh, the fucking guy's genius. I want you to go tell people the fucking guy's a douchebag and he's funny, but he's not any better than me. In fact, I'm a genius, just like Clark the Shark. All he's doing is freeing my inner genius. And the way I do it is I will get you to listen to the Nazz and not Taylor Swift. You guys, don't go to her fucking concerts. Don't celebrate her. She's not a role model. She's been with 100 men. She's promiscuous. And I'm not saying promiscuous is good or bad or anything. I'm just saying fuck her and her fucking shitty music. And fuck today. You're going to listen to Todd Rundgren and the Nazz right here on the Clark the Shark Show because it's important. It's going to change your life and make you more intelligent. And it's going to grow you up. You know, not like your dad or your boss or your brother tells you. Fuck that. I'm Clark the Shark and I'm talking right now. Listen to me. I'm your friend. I care about you and I want you to listen to the Nazz, this album right here. That's right, you guys. And you will be completely free on planet Earth. And this is all you will ever want and all you will ever need. Don't listen to rap or hip hop. Don't listen to Katy Perry or Justin Bieber or any of that fucking shit. Fuck all that. You're going to listen to the Nazz. And I am going to free you from today's fucking shitty culture and get you into good music. And then from the Nazz, you're going to start listening to other great music. Because of me, Clark the Shark, I helped you. I don't want you listening to K-Rock. Fuck that. I don't want you listening to something that Rolling Stone today says is hip, or some indie kid says is hip, or some hip hop gossip on YouTube makes you feel is important. It's not. I'm important, Clark the Shark, because you're important, because you listen to the Nazz and Todd Rundgren, baby. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Get this album, buy it, and listen to it, and then check back in with my show, and I will help you live. You may end up under a freeway, dude, I'm serious, playing an acoustic guitar with a sleeping bag with no friends, but at least you'll be original. At least you'll be important. You won't be a fucking liberal or a Republican clapping for Sean Hannity in his audience. You won't be any of that. In fact, you won't even be clapping for Clark the Shark in my audience, because I don't want that. I want you to be you, baby. And I want you to listen to Todd Rundgren and the Nazz, the second album released in April 1969, because this is important. This is urgent, you guys. I'm saving you. 20-year-old born after 9/11. You don't even remember the Twin Towers going down, but I'm going to give you something more important than that right now on the Clark the Shark Show. I'm giving you Todd Rundgren and the Nazz. Check back in with me throughout your lifetime. I may not be here forever, you guys, but remember the spirit and the vibe and the feeling of Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255 on the fabulous Sharky Show. Originator, inventive. Often copied, you guys. Often imitated, never duplicated. You know, even up in Hollywood, you guys, liberals at record labels have been trying to figure out how to make Clark Hagen's. Dude, I am him. All the three-piece bands in the 90s on MTV, dude, look at my band and then look at those bands. Look at my videos and then look at those bands. Where the fuck you think they got the idea? Dude, it had to come from a fucking genius. And maybe it didn't come from me at all. Maybe it will come from you tomorrow, and you'll be the next genius who will create and invent. Quit listening to rap. Quit listening to boring fucking generic rock. I'm not even talking about Nickelback, dude. Dude, we know they fucking suck. I don't mean them. I mean all that grovelly voiced heavy metal that all sounds the same. And all the fucking shit on K-Rock that all sounds the same. All the fucking indie that all sounds the same. Fuck that. You're not going to listen to that anymore. You're going to come to the Clark the Shark show now and listen to the Nazz. And you just got the only very important review of this second album from this very important band that you will ever want or you will ever need right here on the Clark the Shark show. And I mean it. I'm being 100% honest and sincere. You got to buy this album and get into these guys and then check out the Tubes, you know, then check out Remote Control and all that shit with Rundgren. Maybe not Love Bomb, dude. Fuck the 80s. It came along and fucking ruined everything. But definitely Remote Control. You can check out the, completion backwards principle. That's interesting, with the fucking guys from Toto and all that, Lukather. But I prefer Rundgren, me, Clark the Shark, and you will probably prefer what I prefer. Right here on the Clark the Shark show. And I'm out of here, people. Buy this album. Peace.